You funny as shit.
I know this shit is like hard on the ears, but I ain't doing nothing but being honest. What can you challenge out of that? All right. What are women looking for when they vetting a man?
The thing is, we're looking for honesty. Let's start with that. We
Stop.
have to. We
Stop.
have to. Because
Stop.
how you, okay, well, wait a second. You got a problem with the honesty because it's generic and it's been used out of turn.
That's not true.
Okay, well, then let
The
me
most
take away
honest-
honesty. Transparency. I'll replace it. I have no problem with that. Transparency. Because it starts.
Tyra,
Thank you.
who getting more women? The most transparent man on the planet or Jeff Bezos?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Because my question was what? What
Okay.
do women look for in a man initially when they are vetting a man? What are they looking for?
Who's worth? I can't make that judgment because I can't speak for other women. I can only speak for myself. Just like you said, you don't want to speak for yourself. But if I am speaking for myself, which is why I'm not with a man, it's simply because I haven't found my checklist. And it's not a long checklist. It's a checklist that requires apparently of what you feel like I wasn't brought up on. But not targeted towards you, but just what you said. I'm just going off of it.
I'm still
but
good.
As far as like, the transparency, coming into it and let me know exactly what you're looking for, having in-depth conversations as far as your thought process, which is exactly why we're here, because I would not go for a man who feels like his kids should not be fed before him. Like, that's just little small things. But if we're going for something, if we want to go for 3 specific things, transparency, you get what I'm saying? Let's structure, and we are looking for security.
Security.
Just security and balance. It's a balance of it
all.
We're
But security and balance, it takes finances.
Security and balance. Security can come in so many different reasons besides money, and that's all I hear you say. It's not monetary. You need to have balance and security in my thought process, my feelings. You get what I'm saying? Just in general, intellectually, I should be able to hold a conversation with you, some substance. Like, that would be nice too. But you banking it off of just money. What?
I'm only making it off of just money. We can move along from money once you admit that a man has to have a certain amount. All right, can you date a man that make $41,000 a year?
Depending on what else he's offering to the table.
Can't. All right,
yes,
so
I can. Yes, I can, and I have.
Tyra, stay with me. All right, let's because I'm cool. I like this shit. I like it. All right, don't put the comments because I'm not either. But I'm
looking at them. I haven't seen them since we last said something.
I gotta get this out to you. All right, There's nothing wrong with just saying, fuck it. I'm not gonna force you to say yes. But so you said you can deal with a man that make $41,000.
I have, yes.
Can you moving forward deal with a man that makes $41,000?
In this day and age? No, I would like for him to make exactly the same amount that I make, and we work forward to making something more. Like, that's just me progressing in myself, though.
Right.
Like, you date you.
Oh, now let me get mine in.
Okay, go ahead. I'm waiting. Oh, shit.
So,
go ahead.
A man that make $41,000, that's the average salary for a black man in this country.
Okay.
All right. That's a manager at Piggly Wiggly, Food Line, overtime. That's $41,000.
Okay.
Remember we talked about respect, admiration, enthusiasm, all that. You jumping into the manager arms that make at Piggly Wiggly? No, you're not. No, you're not. All right, and you said it yourself. You got to make what I make. I'm not going to ask you what you make, but it sounds like it's over $40,000. Right? So we can deduce based on those statements that money matters to you. And now you come with a lot of other shit, it sounds like. Emotional intelligence, you want this, you want that, security, and all that's cool. Nobody taking that away from you.
Okay.
But you admitted it start with money.
The thing is that so you won't tell me, so let's take a step back because I wanna actually relate to you on this one. Gotcha. So you mentioned Piggly Wiggly, which I find very hilarious. Okay.
That's literally all I do, so.
It's okay. So when we were younger, we dated someone. If someone worked at the grocery store, then we dated them. You know what I'm saying? Because we were on the same level as them. As we get older, if you think that I'm going to walk into the grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Because that's probably the people that, I don't want to make no judgment. Anybody that's in whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to make no specific statements. But a man who makes $41,000 a year, if I make and I'm gonna throw a number out there just so y'all not in my business. If I make $87,000 a year, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that man is below me or anything like that, but you date on your level. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. If I was
Who date on that?
you're supposed to date on your level. At least start there if you can't find nobody who's dating above you.
I'm just asking who you talking about.
I'm gonna have to speak for myself.
All right, well, we gonna have to we gonna have to. All right,
Because I feel like
I was trying to get you to say what you just said is called. It's a term. It's called hypergamy. Men already know it. We know that y'all only date men on y'all level or up. Men don't do that. Men is if you want to be technical, men date down. Men ain't CEOs ain't marrying CEOs and shit. Does it? Yes, it does. But just let it sink in for a second. Hypergamy, all right, is when you date a man off social status, education, all of that shit. And there's nothing wrong with that. What you just said is what we already know.
okay.
But all you did was just prove that money matters.
It's always does it matter to you? Would you date a woman who makes $42,000 a year?
Say it again.
Would you date a woman who makes
I
$42,000 a year?
women that work at Wendy's if she know how to act right. I don't give a fuck about some.
Okay. Okay. I don't believe you, but okay.
I don't.
I'm sorry. I don't. Your mannerism.
Let's assume I'm authentic about it.
Huh?
Let's assume I'm being authentic about it. I'm telling you, like, but I don't. I want to keep me out of it. But
Okay.
since you asked, all right, I don't plan for my wife to work. If she want to work, she can. All right, but it shouldn't take away from what's necessary in the house. All right, so I don't need somebody to make a certain amount of money. That's why when somebody come in talking about they make $87,000, I'm like, I mean, that's cool. But
Right.
what can you do? How are you benefiting this bit? How are you benefiting the marriage? All right, just making us live an extra luxurious life. I mean, I can do without. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't need an extra $80,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm not looking for that shit. No, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Within the comments, I want to be very clear. All right, you asked me could I date a woman that make $42,000, and my answer was right, so, which means that my options, I can date a woman that's an attorney. I don't play with me, not you.
No, I'm
No,
not. I'm
not
not.
you, not you, not you, not you, not you,
Oh, okay.
not
Okay.
you. All right, the point is I'm not looking for money. So
Right.
however it comes is how it fucking comes. You can be a millionaire, but if we get along, let's rock. All right, and if you don't have shit, and I'm that compelled to want to do it for whatever that reason might be, let's.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all, this shit hard for a lot of people, both men and women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Every man's needs is not going to be consistent. Remember earlier I talked about you can have a man that's a realtor, an entrepreneur, an athlete, a rapper, entertainer, corporate America, and all of them want different type of women.
Got you.
Right? That's why celebrities and shit date other people that's celebrities, or people in the fast lane date other people that's in the fast lane. Somebody in corporate, you know, one of the guys that, how can I say this without giving away too many? A corporate motherfucker, you get demolished by somebody in the fast lane. They don't know how to keep up with that. You know what I'm saying? The athlete, right? Why you think NBA players, all their girlfriends, they get cheated on a lot, and they got the most money.
Yeah, they do. Now
So,
the thing about it is that, and I'm glad that you said that, because you mentioned that you as a man are not looking for money. So I gotta figure out, you know what I'm saying, if you preach this, you're a provider and you're a provider, you know, and you give security, you make it seem like it's wrong for a woman, you know what I'm saying? You feel like all women just solely look for money. And I feel like that's not true, because some women weren't even brought up in money where they can appreciate a blue collar man. Oh, not a blue. What is it? Is it blue collar?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's
That's
blue collar, white collar.
hard working. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can appreciate a man who is bringing home, you know, a little less, but he grinding it out. You know what I'm saying? He's making that shit work. That's not true though, because I don't know what woman you have experienced.
Oh, y'all gotta stop. All right, Tyra. All right, I've been with a lot of women.
Okay, I don't. Okay.
I've been with a lot of women. I'm not just speaking from my own anecdotal experience either. I slip my clientele, all right,
Yeah.
above 60. So
Okay.
I don't look at it from the same lens. I'm not an influencer. All right. And I'm not checking you, but I gotta be clear so the audience understand. All
Yeah.
right. I'm not talking shit based off my experience with one woman. I've
Yeah.
been with a tremendous amount of women. There's no need to dig deeper. All
Yeah.
right. I also have a network of men
Mm-hmm.
who've dealt with another group of significant amount of women. And
Okay.
I also have my own client. I see what works. I see who passing down 2 houses to their kids. I know what that relationship dynamic look like and sound like. I see how they communicate. Whether the wife get the documents together, whether the husband do it. Whether the wife shut the deal down, no, we ain't doing that shit. Versus the man who say, oh, this is best for us. What are you talking about? Here's the math. All right, I've seen all dynamics of relationships, and you know what? It's not all black relationships that I've seen.
Okay.
So I've seen every culture. When somebody called me, you Asian, you Latino, Hispanic, Filipino, white, African American, I'm looking at all of that shit. So
Okay.
what I'm telling y'all, all right, and this is not directed at you, but what I'm telling y'all, just I would never. I think this is what kind of separated me from a lot of people is I didn't have enough of an ego to not listen to somebody that might know what the fuck they talking about.
Okay.
Not you, Tyra. All
No,
right, but like I learned that very quick in school. I don't have all of the answers, and I got better once I started listening. How do you think I get to corporate America, fresh, raw, no experience whatsoever, and get to the because I'm looking at all right, who sustains success? What
mm-hmm.
advice you got for me? And I damn sure ain't say no, I don't gotta do that. Don't even make sense. Why would I? I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The way to get ahead with all of this information that's out here, social media and all that, the way to get ahead is finding out what information to use.
Follow my experience over statistics because I just kind of feel like how else do we, experience is the reality. Statistic is on paper. That shit can change every hour, every minute, in my opinion. Just simply in my opinion, that's all.
But that's
But
not, and I'm trying to be, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? This
yeah,
ain't that.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like once people put it on paper, it's changed. Like it doesn't. I mean,
Tyler,
you can follow by it, but
the danger, right? If you don't remember nothing else, even if you think about it, you only gotta agree with it. All right.
okay.
But using your own experience
Mm-hmm.
to navigate throughout the rest of the world, all right, and how you picture the rest of the world from your own experience is very dangerous.
Okay.
You have to be an open book and see what's really going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you when I learned my lesson. When I got to give a presentation and the numbers say something on the board, but I'm like, but I kind of feel like, but what the fuck you mean you feel like? Your
Mm-hmm.
people doing this. Either fix it or get out of the position.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the real world. My feelings didn't matter in that moment. All right, if I played quarterback or if I played safety or football, all right, coach, I thought they was doing something. What the fuck you mean? The defense is this. The defense. You supposed to be here. Why was you over there?
Uh-huh.
So that's what I mean by men think logically. Not all men. Not all men have the. I'm not just men tend to think logically. Women think through their emotions. All right, so that's why you say I feel, and there's nothing wrong with that. And
Mm-hmm.
getting back to this point, I'm gonna see if anybody else want to hop on. I'll probably wrap this up in like 15, 20 minutes. Anybody want else hop on? Let me know. But that's the main difference between men and women.
Okay.
And there is a difference between men and women. All right, our race is different than y'all's. Y'all trying to run our race, so you need to be damn good if you over here, and you need to understand how shit really work on this end.
Okay.
We'll never know what it takes to be a mother, and we don't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could say you don't have men trying to do it, but you do. But I'm not trying to run a women race. All right, we can. I'll run on this side. You can run on this side, and hopefully we running at the same pace. But you
Okay.
got a course than I got. But you want to be over here trying to do my course and shit. That's what I feel like is the problem.
Topics that I've seen on social media when men are just like, I don't want a woman that can't, fend for herself. Like, I don't want no codependent woman. You know what I'm saying? Those are the same things that fall into her choosing.
I do want a codependent woman.
Okay, and that's
And
cool for you.
I'm dependent on her.
I
All
got.
right, but that doesn't change the fact I don't need her bringing the shit that I'm bringing. I need you to bring the other shit you're supposed to be bringing.
And the thing about it is that most people. I'm not making judgment off of you. That's somebody
No,
else.
but does that make sense though?
Huh?
Does that make sense? I don't. It's not that I need a woman who can't think. I never said I just want a woman who just sit there like that. Can't think for herself and none of that shit. I'm terrible at a lot of shit. I could definitely use some help. Not just cooking and cleaning and all that. Sometimes just offering a different perspective. Y'all perspective almost always going to be different than ours. But a good man is somebody who can listen. Remember I said the best skill to have is knowing what advice to take. Oh, so here's my example, right? Let's say we got a child, right?
Okay.
And it's time to decide which middle school our child going to. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm bringing it. Is it okay for this example to be me bringing in the bulk of the income?
Go ahead. You can use it.
All right, because that's usually how it works.
You can use it. Go ahead.
All right, but I'm gonna use it because that's usually how it works.
Yes. Go ahead.
Be clear on that. So so now since that's usually how it works, I can say this is relevant to most cases, right? So if we got a child, it's time to decide what middle school our child going to. We got a difference of opinion. You say he should go there. I say he should go there. Which way you gonna go?
He's gonna go with the one that's more beneficial for him. So once we lay out the dislike, it's because you keep basing it off of money, and I really don't feel like money should drive a relationship.
All right, you got to understand why I'm even saying that's not at all why I'm getting what I'm getting at.
But what are you getting at? Because you did mention the bulk of the income. You did mention that.
Tyra, stay with me.
Okay, I'm here. I just want to know where you're coming from when you say
the
bulk income.
No, I'm about to tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I just told you what the situation was. I didn't say the reason. So the situation is this.
Okay.
Versus that. All right. You say go over here. All right. I think he should go to Woody Woo. School. I say he should go to school B. At the end of the day, which school does the child go to? You have to choose. You have to choose.
I'm not. I can't even. I feel like I'm not giving you the answer you're looking for. But my answer would be.
You can answer it. There's no wrong answer.
Be the best school. The option that he's going to is the best school, regardless of the fact. It doesn't matter.
The responsibility is it to decide the best school. It's up to us.
The parents. The parents.
It's up to us.
Yes. Yes.
My question is, I vote this way, you vote that way. Which way he going then?
So we meet in the middle and we try to figure out which school weighs out the other. What?
He gonna go to the school in the middle?
No, he's gonna go to the best school. That's the end result, regardless.
But this is the thing. What you're missing? You already think it's the best school. This is your school that you chose. You already think that.
Right.
I think this is the best school. So you can't say he just goes to the best school because that's the common denominator of both options.
So have we at this point, and I know it's kind of going to be redundant a little bit, but have me and you kind of like, have we pieced together the pros and the cons of each one of these schools? Have we, been able to come to a common ground in order to send our child to this school? Like at the end result is that he's going to go to a good school. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact. But it is imperative that both the parents agree on why this school is. Now, you could present something to me in reference to something I don't know about this particular school. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, you know what, babe? You're right. This school does have this stuff, but this school offers this one extra thing. So we're going to go for your school. But if I choose school A and you choose school B, I'm not telling you school B is wrong. I'm letting you know what I'm saying? I have to be able to defend my argument. And if I do not, if I'm unable to, then I'm solely not going to cause friction in my union by just disagreeing on a school. It's given, okay, regardless of the fact he gets good education, he going to go to this school, but you made a more valid fact than I did, and I couldn't follow up. That's a balance. That's all I'm asking for us to be, is at a balance.
I got you. So it sounds like he's going over here.
Huh?
It sounds like you say he's going to the school I chose after we had the conversation.
I mean, not definitely. Okay, I can't give you that because the scenario is.
I'm gonna get there. Though. Crazy. I'm gonna get where you're trying to go, but I really want you to, because you're saying it, but you won't say it.
But the thing about it is, would you ever agree with me? Because I don't ever hear you agree with me. Would you agree that school A might be the better decision? So
what we're doing right now is if there's a question on the test, and if we're saying, all right, Tyra, what's your answer? You like, I mean, I could go here, I can go there. I don't know. All right, before we get into the right or the wrong and the explanation behind it, Tyra, what answer did you choose? That's all I'm asking.
I'm choosing my school. I gotta stick to where I'm at. I chose school A. If you're looking for a definite, concrete answer, I'm choosing school A.
I am. So the reasons that you chose to support why he should go to school A was all, that's the best school. He's going there. It's the best situation. The best option. I think the same thing about this school.
Right.
So at the end of the day, here is my point. Let's make this shit full circle. Like I use men being the leaders, right? Getting a certain amount of respect, admiration, enthusiasm, grace, all of that shit. Grace is gonna be huge here, right? Because if you think I don't love, you don't think I want the best for my child? Do you not trust my leadership? I brought up who made the most money because you had to trust it to a certain point that I was gonna be bringing this shit. You had, oh, stay with me. Stay with me.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You see, I didn't say nothing. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Trust my leadership at some point.
Got you.
Right? Because at the end of the day, for us to get where we at, granted, you played your role. And your role is just as vital, but your role ain't my role. Right? This is my shit. That's your shit. Right? So at the end of the day, if you trust my leadership, remember in the video I said, don't even be in a relationship with somebody you don't respect, admire, and want to do those things for. You should have no problem. Now, you did bring up a good point. Let me give you this. There is going to be a conversation. I shouldn't be just coming home like, no, fuck that. He going over here. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. No. Shouldn't get to that point.
Okay.
I would say, Tyra, he should go here for such and such reasons. I got a network of people that may be able to get him tapped in, whether he got an athletic scholarship, an academic scholarship. If he get this certain concentration, I got a network of guys in my profession here because the profession ties into the money, right? That's just one example. All right, but you could say, but the kid, it's much safer here, and that, or it's easier for him to get to school. He can take the bus, da da da. And I'm like, baby, I understand all that. All right, but as far as what's concretely, where the pros significantly outweigh the cons, this is the best option. I need a woman that's going to be able to say, all right, remember we talked about grace, because I could be wrong.
Okay.
So what, you gonna throw it in my face and all of that shit? Let them. That's what leadership is. Leadership is, look, who is mature enough to actually hear you out? Because you could, just in the same scenario, I could say, damn, big, I didn't even realize about the commute and that it was a stabbing at this school the other week. You're absolutely right. We going over here, right? But at the end of the day, who made the call?
And that, I think that is where we are missing our middleman, is because it takes for a decision for me to have to say yes to you in order for you to realize what I was already saying. It's almost if my voice doesn't matter to you. It's as if you're looking for the yes woman and you're not looking for a partner.
That's that's crazy. If you just,
I mean, that's just only how it comes. Because, like we said, just using it based off of your example, if you went straight, and you can close out here or go further. It's just, you said that, babe, I think this is the better option because I have plugins here, 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 and here. My option was, it's safer here. This is A, B, C, and D. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, babe. This is what you told me. This is what you're saying to me. I hear you. It's going through my ear. But what I said was that this is a better school. So I need you to say yes to this school, because regardless, he's going to this school. But once we a week or two in, the school's been shot up. All right? So we just basing it off of what you said. So then you come back to me. You just like, you know what, babe? You're right. This school was more safer. This school got the high crime rate, but I still have plugs and connections over here. So I'm thinking, you did not one time consider what I was saying in the midst of what you've already put in place as the leader, as the man. You know what I'm saying? As the person who provides. Like, it's almost as if you might simply just be looking for, and you use grace over the word submissive. You want a submissive woman. Y'all use grace because it's nicer. Grace just means, you know, she has grace upon her. You know what I'm saying? She's not argumentative. She's not combative. She follows through with grace. But I kind of feel like it's
meantime. But go ahead.
I mean, I'm only saying what it's coming off as, and I'm not saying that's exactly what you mean. I'm just saying, like, that's exactly what it's coming off as.
Right, that's how it's coming off as. But I can only use words for what the meaning of the words are. I can't, if you perceiving it, because this is on tape, right?
Yeah.
So, end of the day, in my example, I said that we sat down and we had a conversation. There was nothing malicious about my delivery. All I said was, damn, babe, these are your reasons. Here are my reasons. I gave a scenario where you was right and he went to that school. And then I gave you a scenario where I would be right and he went to that school.
I guess I missed the scenario where you said he went to my school and I was right. Because I think that in the scenario of 2 times, I heard you say he went to your school.
Let me get it out.
Okay. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
But that's what I'm pointing out, is that you're not hearing it. But
okay.
I came off versus the words that I used. That's what I just was saying.
Okay.
What I used was like, yo, we having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally started off and said, hey, look, I'm never going to come in and say, no, this is it. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. That's what I said. All right. So that's the exact opposite of what you said I did. So I didn't shut shit down.
Okay.
What was, we had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because there'll be examples like that in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you out.
For
all
sure.
right. I said, these were the reasons you gave, the reasons that I gave. I gave a scenario in which I chose that school. We chose that school collectively as a union. We chose that school collectively for the reasons that I gave. And then I turned around and did the exact same thing to make you right. You know what I'm saying?
Got
So
you.
I was being as level as I can't say anything else other than that. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to feel like you would have a voice. But what can't happen is you have a voice. You feeling like you don't. So it fucks up the decision making. Because if the decision fucked up, now it affects the child.
Okay.
All right. So I'm not somebody that just don't value women at all. I honestly think I just think y'all confused on what y'all actually bring to the table that actually work. Y'all running our race as opposed to running the race that was deemed from y'all. If y'all race, y'all more powerful than all of this shit. There's a book, and I'm done. But there's a book that a nation can rise no higher than the morals and values of its women. So y'all do got the fucking keys. I ain't taking it away from you. All right, but y'all can't do it by yourself. Y'all got to be in that position to even do that. But y'all not even putting yourself in position. So that's kind of like with who want to get on?
I have to leave it off with my kids will eat first. And that's just because, you know, I choose no one over my seed. And that's just what it is. Whether it's
Are you religious?
I am very religious. Yes, I do.
So in the Bible, does the man come before the child?
I mean, yeah. That's great. But I don't live my entire life by the Bible.
You got to let me land my points. You done got me a couple times.
Go ahead. I think you done got me.
Let's talk about it. You religious? You religious?
Yes, I am.
Who comes first, the man or the child?
The man.
All right, so you don't adopt those principles? You don't believe in that part of it?
I just believe that things evolve, and I just can't wrap my head around, you know what I'm saying, placing a plate in front of my man before my children. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm not saying that.
You did say that.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't. In certain, it's circumstantial.
You did say that.
Okay, well, if you
up with this, we can wrap it up with this. Tyra, whatever man you want, let's give him all of the emotional superpowers and all of that. Just give him everything Tyra wants. Just the man you want. It don't get better than this.
Got you.
Do he eat before the kids?
No.
Okay. You know that goes against your religion and that goes against logic. Right.
I think my whole livelihood goes against my religion, let's be honest. But I'm not going to say that on live, but I do feel like my livelihood goes against my religion. It doesn't matter, though. God knows exactly who I am, and I'm not going against my religion, is what you're saying, because I love that you bring that up. I don't have a problem with that.
How you not going against it?
I don't feel like I'm going against evolution, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if we following by the paper in the book, it sounds all good, but at the end of the day, I carried that child 9 months. We birthed that child together. That child is 50% me and you. You really, really don't want me to feed my child before I feed you? I don't understand that. I don't get that. Like you look.
You understand food for everybody, right?
Exactly. So why don't you? It's food for everybody.
Tyra. Everybody's going to eat. The food is there.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you should rephrase your question. No, you don't feel like maybe you should get their plate first? Like, I don't know, because who eats first?
So maybe that's where the disconnect is. Are you assuming that that if there's one piece of chicken left and 4 people, me, 2 kids, and my wife, that I'm advocating for the man to eat the chicken?
Yes.
Then there's the disconnect. There's no way in hell I would say that.
I don't know.
That would be because in the same video I said a man that will die for his family. All right, we can use starvation in that instance. I will starve before I let my people go without eating.
Yeah.
All of that just general principles. You ever been to a family Thanksgiving? Which you make your man plate at Thanksgiving? That's more along the lines of what I'm talking about. Right? I'm not about to sit here and say out of one piece of chicken, no, I've been working. Y'all figure it out.
I would hate to. I don't see you in that light. I'm just trying to get an understanding of your thought process. I'm not pointing fingers at you. I wanna find out, like you said you didn't like it. And I don't comment on any of your stuff. I mean, I be there, I see it, I'll breeze through it. But this one in particular, because I voted, I just didn't expect a disagreement to why you would not want your kids to eat before you. Your kids.
So now that we on the same page,
okay,
that one piece of chicken, it go to the kids and the children and all of that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
And go without. I agree with that. But now we on the same page. Because I used an example about, what my father did when we ordered the Boston market and shit at 6 years old.
Yes.
So under that logic, should I have gotten the big piece of chicken over my father?
No.
All right, well, that's then sound like we on the same page now.
Now, of course, you always gonna get the biggest plate, the biggest of everything, the largest quantity of.
Yeah, my plate first too.
I'm sorry, what happened?
Yeah, my plate is made first too.
It might be made. Okay, I think we will always be in a debate about that. Cause don't get me wrong, sweetheart, if you want your plate made, your plate can be made. But the plate that hits the table first will be my children. Simple as that. The plate that hits that table first will be the plate that feeds and nourishes my children. Then you gonna get your big plate and a kiss on
How
lips
y'all eating?
and a big daddy, whatever else you're looking for.
How y'all eating though?
What you mean?
Where did the food come from?
I mean, in my household, it's equality, so I'm guessing it comes from both of us.
No, it's not. No, you didn't. You said the man makes either just as much or more than you. All right. In the example that I gave, I said the man is making the bulk of the income.
So I guess that's where we disagree.
What are we disagreeing? That was a scenario. This is just a hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
You're not Oprah and I'm Stedman.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
In most cases, the man make more than the woman.
Okay.
Under that logic, all right, who should be eating first? Or a plate should be made first.
Your plate can be made first.
Say it again.
Your plate can be made first.
And then I don't got a bone to pick no more. But when you say my children go and eat first, and you tell them
they are.
Hear me out. Well, you just said I get the plate first. So anyway, regardless.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you because if I make the plate, then I still don't have to hand it to you. But I get what you're saying. Like, I'm still sticking to my story. My kids eat first.
You want to play these games? I can die for you. And there's nothing. Oh, yeah, somebody at the door. Go get it.
I'm sorry.
I for you, but you like, I ain't handing you. I'll make the plate first, but I ain't handing it over.
Warren, you're not eating before my kids. I don't understand that.
They're our kids.
So you're not eating for our kids.
Yeah, they're our kids. Mm-hmm. You did your part in preparing the table and preparing the food. I did my part in bringing the food.
The thing about it is that you gonna always get your flowers, and I feel like a lot of men haven't met women that's gonna give them their flowers. Like we're not saying that. I don't know. I haven't read the comments, but I'm just saying.
No, like, you won't give me flowers. I can't
give you your flowers.
Hand me my plate.
I can't hand you your plate, sweetheart, because I have kids. I carried them. I birthed them. They half of us. So I have to nurture my kids first. My kids are important.
Yeah, I before you from working so hard to make sure there's food on the table. So we even now. What's next?
What happens? Repeat yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to die first. The probability of me dying first due to hard work, stress, and everything else that come along with putting that food on the table. Okay. All right, you talking about burying for 9 months, which is a valid point. Nobody takes that away from you.
Okay, because I could also die. I'm making it clear. I could also die in the midst of that.
That's why I live with probable. The average life expectancy of a woman is like 85. Ours is significantly less.
And I feel like all black men should grow old. But however, I'm not saying that you're less important. I just kind of feel like you shouldn't put your hierarchy. I don't think you should put your status above your kids.
All right, well, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead then. You like your nails and hair done and shit?
Yeah, I get them done myself.
Oh, God.
I
I can't wait for losing on this one. All right. You like
Go ahead, make your statement. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Stop fucking with me, Tyra, please. But
I'm high as hell.
let me at least get up my point. All right. So you like nails and shit done and whatnot, right?
Yes.
All right. So you like shopping?
I do.
You like you like nice things, expensive things in moderation. You TJ Maxx, Marshalls with it, a combination of everything. What?
I'm a department girl, so.
You like to travel? You plan to travel with the man you talking about? This perfect man we talking about?
Yeah, of course. I definitely plan to travel.
All right. Well, what if I told you, right? Because these are things that a man has to consider when he's bringing in the bulk of the income. What if I tell you that the same money that I spend on that, we can invest into the children at birth, and by the time that they become of age, they millionaires.
Gotcha.
Only with you going out, head nails and all this, that, and the third. You willing to make that sacrifice?
Yes.
All right, but that sounds good, and I'm not taking that away from you, but I'm just saying every woman would say yeah, but we all know that's not true for every woman.
It's not true for every woman, no.
Yeah,
But
we can't take it away from you. That would be fair to say you lying.
yeah,
Right? But that shit sound good.
it sounds
I
good.
know
But
you like your hair done, and I know you like your nails done, and I know you know what I'm saying. So don't hit me with that. If this is like if we going back and forth as husbands, don't hit me with that, because I'm busting my ass for y'all. It's logically, it only makes sense for me to bust my ass for y'all because I have more if I wasn't sharing it, right?
right.
I'm selfish, but the man in this situation is not selfish because he is sharing it. All right. So for me, keep in mind we having a 2-hour debate about whether or not you can just hand me my that. This is how far we've gotten in relationships. Not it's not about me. It's not about you, Tyra. And I know we done been fucking around, and everybody got their opinions and whatnot. That's cool. But at the end of the day, yo, we did last, and we get laughed at. I see other cultures. I talk to other cultures. We get laughed at. The dumb petty shit, the real petty shit that we like to go back and forth that stops families from moving forward.
Right.
Money being put in everybody else's pocket, and they say, yeah. Give us Glorilla too. To give them some Glorilla, they'll stay apart. All right. So at a certain point, we gotta get somewhere. All right. We arguing about whether or not I should get my plate first. And if our relationship, we talked about a perfect man.
Yeah.
Man got some leadership that he coming with, that emotional intelligence you was talking about, security, dependable, disciplined, consistent, all that good shit. We can talk about sex too. Let's say he hitting all the spots you like. But you gonna sit here and say you gonna dismiss that man because he has an innate belief that I've been doing a hell of a job. Why my food not prepared first? This is why I got good news and bad news for people. All right. The bad news is you're gonna have to swallow your pride and kind of reprogram the way you think if you want to be successful in relationships. And I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not married, is because I understand the work that actually is gonna have to go into the shit. And I'm not late.
Okay.
I'm not married.
Okay.
You know, but I've seen what it take, the level of maturity that it takes. All right. So the bad is gonna have to be the way you thinking right now, and the way women just think, that shit ain't gonna work. It's proven. Ask your aunts and your rest of them. Baby boomers, Generation X. It's in the pudding. All right? Divorce rate 2 times higher than the marital rate. Everybody marry higher than we are.
Got you.
But the good news is, once you get over that little petty ass hump, a life of fucking a significantly better and more fulfilling life is on the other side. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Okay.
All right, I'm not going back and forth just to like be right or
No, I hear you.
To prove that point. If we can get over this petty shit, because we talking about hand in the plate. You even said you'll make the plate first. Right? So this is the man telling y'all that, all right, men want to protect y'all. I don't see how that's offensive.
It's not. It's
all
not.
Right? So that's my point. In order to survive, if you take men off of the planet, women cannot survive. There's a significant amount of jobs that y'all don't even know exist. All right? Women make up 95% of science, engineering, technology, math is men. Women, 5% of y'all are in STEM. All right, y'all are great in other areas. All right, but y'all will never be coal miners. Y'all will never be welders. Y'all will never be construction workers. All right, you got some police, but there are certain men. There are certain jobs designed for men that are absolutely necessary to keep the ecosystem going. That's a fact.
Can you have children? You can have them,
I,
right?
I already know where I know where you're getting at. All
I
right.
just trying to figure out if you feel like
No, no, I can't have children. That's why I said survive. That's why I said survive. And that's a life that no man wants. No man wants that life, which is my point.
got you.
We want y'all, right? That's
Mhm.
what I'm saying. Don't steal what I'm saying. But
Mhm.
I want to break it down.
Mhm.
Men can, if you take women off the planet, it will be miserable for men. But men can still operate a society. They're still going to survive. Back in the day when you had, I'm talking about back in the day when you had those armies of men that were completely isolated amongst women. They never even came in contact with women, but they did what? They survived.
Right.
Nobody wants that world. That's not what I'm saying.
I got you. I got you.
All right, y'all can't do that.
I... Hold up. Wait a second. Hold up. Warren, I want to let you know that if a world was, and I'm going to speak in experience on this, and we can definitely go ahead and leave it here. If you feel like a woman wouldn't be able to get by without a man,
That ain't what I
a
said.
world full of women.
That ain't what I said. If we
Okay, because let me tell you something.
no, let's talk about it though.
Yeah, let's talk about it. That a world full of women without men, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That would honestly be a blissful world. I'm not even gonna lie to you, just simply because I don't, I don't, I don't, I'm not anti-men, but I'm a just speak from personal experience that if it was a world full of women, past the haters that may be coming about, um, we would get ours, and if we didn't have to stretch our skin and build families and get pregnant and be 9 months down and out and this, that, and the third, and have our heart broken and feelings hurt and things like that. Because don't get me wrong, it can happen with women too, but it happens more with men. We would be good. And honestly, I think that in this most modern day that we have proved that we will be able to protect ourselves. I know a lot of women. I'm gonna just give you an exact amount of number that I know personally. I know 8 women who have a license to carry who can protect themselves. At the end of the day, I'm not saying we don't need y'all, but to make it as if you are solely and the only reason why we come and go is kind of crazy to me. I'm not sure. I'm listening to you. I also read in the comments, and I'm just trying to figure out. You think that I may be unhealthy by providing for myself this entire time without a man. You know what I'm saying? But I need you in order to continue to survive through my life. But you telling me if it was a man to man world, this world would be miserable. But I promise you, if it was a woman world,
all right. That's why I'm glad this shit is on tape, because that's not what it said.
okay.
And I'm gonna only use facts, Tyra.
Mm-hmm.
I gave a scenario. Well, I gave a synopsis where I said on record, y'all, we gonna be able to replay it. On record, I said men want women.
Got you.
Men can technically survive without women.
Right.
All right, and that offended people.
I got you.
So
Mm-hmm.
we all done been through some shit. You clearly been through some shit, just like most people. All right, but
Right.
you know 1 + 1 = 2. You do.
Right.
I said we want women, but we can survive without. And then a woman can say men can get off the fucking planet. We don't even need men. It'll be a happy world. All right. Which statement is more detrimental to the community? You don't even got to answer it. All right. You don't even have to answer it. I'm encouraging for people to get together, but this is what it's like trying to get along with some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can offer your life and it ain't enough. You can offer $300,000 and it ain't enough. You can offer all of these different things, morals, virtues. You can offer all of this shit and it's still, but I want y'all to understand we don't need y'all. Just think about that shit. All right? So I really do appreciate you listening, yo. This was a good conversation.
It was.
Damn good conversation. And it went 2 hours as opposed to an hour.
And I'm still not making judgment on you. I think that you are you know, I respect the fact that you standpoint on your side, and as well as myself, I heard you, and I heard you. I took some key points from this conversation. I'm not gonna lie. I took some very key points from this conversation. And I think that some of the things that you had to say, as far as, you know, just on each topic, did have some nice substance behind it. Don't get me wrong. Or not even, I'm not gonna say nice, I'm not even gonna belittle it. Did have some substance behind it. Which I can take into consideration of some things I may have not known or took heat into learning or knowing. You know what I'm saying? Or being knowledgeable about. So it's cool. I still feel like we're more of an indifferent space as we end this live. Everybody want to consider, but I just still kind of feel like, you know, it's still a need and want aspect about it, and I really wish we could be on more of an equality, more balanced level about it, because I was just trying to figure out your thought process on why you felt like the men are more superior than women. And I know that's just how we grew up, that's how the book goes and everything like that, but in the evolution of the world, I would love to hear y'all say that we fall into the same line and you're working towards building something of equality and balance with a woman, rather than saying what her role should be and what she should do and what you should do and what you provide.
Y'all don't want equality.
That's not true. And I feel like that right there is more of a general statement. And I don't feel like you should, you know, completely target that amongst all women, because in all actuality,
Do y'all mind working in the coal mines?
son, if we have to perform, now, I'm not even gonna lie.
You physically can't do it in mass. Like, it's impossible.
I think we probably physically can't do it, but if you tell me that's the only way to put food on the table for my household, I'm gonna go in the fucking mines,
And
and
you
I
die.
might get my ass whooped in that.
And it's going to be unproductive.
Try.
And it's going to be unproductive, and what you went down there to do is not going to work, and then the society is nothing.
But you can't say I didn't try, and that's my problem with
I
it.
would rather save your life than say that you ain't tried. I would rather do that.
I'm sorry. I probably would rather say I tried than for you to say that you saved my life. I'm gonna have to give you. I'm
right.
so sorry.
And this is where, like, that's such a deep statement, yo, because you don't mean that. You're not about to die, as opposed to just somebody saying, yo,
Have to.
great advice, keep your life here, some great advice. You don't mean that. But it's so much hurt and pain in our community, yo. And what I do know is we gonna have to answer to it.
Yeah.
I would much rather people just challenge what you've always been told.
Right.
Because I could be on some bullshit or I could be right.
Right.
You know, I see you. There's some gems in here, some really good gems in here. You gave me credit for that. All right, but that's terrible. Don't value your life over your ego.
You think it's my ego talking?
If you can say I'd rather die than get good advice and live, then yes, it's your ego.
Oh no, I don't know if I meant it like that. I'm sorry if I meant it that way.
That's what happened, though. That's what you said.
But I meant, you said it. I'd rather die in the mines.
Mm-hmm.
And my purpose was I'd rather die for my family.
No, but
that's where I was going.
You still did, though. We don't want you to die. You still die.
We don't. And I'm not saying you asked me if I was asked to work in the mines, would I do it? And I'm saying if it was to provide for my family, yes, I would. Now you saying that I'm not even physically equipped to do so, which I probably already know. But
why don't I have a problem saying that I will never be able to give birth?
Exactly.
I'm just not gonna be able to do it.
Exactly.
The people who can, which is the women. All right, I'm mature enough to say that. I shouldn't say mature. Forgive me. I didn't mean it like that. But I don't mind saying shit that I can't do. All right. Women cannot, Tyra, you about.
Watch yourself.
Women cannot physically manipulate the environment. All right.
You're
There's
right.
a reason why we bigger and stronger and shit.
Okay.
All right? The reason why y'all better than us, it says that y'all are intellectually smarter than us.
We are, and I love that.
Good job.
Okay.
All right, so if you're that damn smart,
don't